Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the ACN Super Saturday training. Good morning to everybody that's on the West Coast. Good afternoon officially to everybody that's on the East Coast. My name is Jeff Street, and I'm humbled and privileged to be your host here this morning. And today, we're going to talk to you about a home-based business, an online business. You know, a home-based business that many people are calling the fastest growing home-based business in this space. And we're going to get started here today with a quick 2-minute video sharing with you a little bit more about our company. And as you watch the video, I want you to take a look at how long we've been in business for. I want you to take a look at the services that we provide, and we're going to get a chance to give a great training and presentation for you here today. So I'm going to share my screen and get started with a quick 2-minute video, and I'll be right back to introduce our first speaker for the day.
Right now, someone is watching TV, shopping online, sharing on social media, scrolling a news feed, cooking, turning on lights, texting, paying with a credit card, and someone is definitely making a phone call. Now, imagine earning income through your very own business every time a customer pays a bill for services they're already using anyway. With ACN, you can. With a 27-year track record of success, ACN is the largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and essential services in the world. Today, we operate in 27 countries and have offices throughout North America, Europe, Latin America, Asia, and the Pacific. We're constantly evolving our portfolio of products to stay ahead of what millions of consumers and businesses need and use every day. Now, ACN has added identity theft protection through ID Seal to its suite of essential services. Thanks to ACN's innovative mindset, we're just getting started, and the world is taking notice. Inc. magazine also recently recognized ACN as a private titan, a designation reserved for the largest and most iconic privately held companies in the world. This is your opportunity to establish your very own ACN business, offering the essential services that people and businesses already use every day, and an opportunity to get paid every time they pay a bill for these services. It's your life. Imagine earning an income on your own terms. That's what ACN is all about, and now you can be a part of it.
All right. Well, hello again, everybody. I'm so excited for you to get a chance to be part of our presentation and training here today, an opportunity that's just changed my life over the last 14 years. But our first presenter today is somebody that was a business owner prior to ACN, was a young entrepreneur having success, got involved in our company, and consistently was one of the top regional directors in all of North America for the company. Literally became a regional vice president with the company a short time ago, and has literally started her own crusade. Her and her husband have founded a movement called Millennials on the Move, and they've been empowering millennials all over North America with this company, but not just millennials. They've been making a difference for so many people. And today we get a chance to start our call with Regional Vice President Jen Carmona. Jen, we're so excited to have you on the call, and I'll turn it over to you.
Well, first off, thank you, Mr. Jeff Street, for the kind introduction. I know that he said a lot of great things about me, but I want everyone to realize who you just heard from. Someone that has been a consistent top producer, has continued to duplicate success through his organization, helping massive amount of people win big in ACN. So thank you so much for your leadership, and thank you so much for having me on the call. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Like he mentioned, my name is Jen Carmona, and a little bit about me, just so we're not complete strangers. I actually took a look at ACN, and prior to, I was pursuing a professional dance career, moved from Canada to Los Angeles to pursue that dream. But in entertainment, if you're not booking work, you're not making money. So I went back to Canada, opened a dance studio at 21 years young, literally invested $100,000 to start that business. And here's what I found. I found that not only did I own the dance studio, but I also owned me. I literally was working 12 to 20 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. And although I was making some money there, I wasn't happy. I just didn't have any time. And one day I actually got a message from a friend, and she asked me if I was open to making extra money, if I kept my business options open. And because I wanted to change my life so bad, I came out and I saw ACN. And when something makes sense, you just do it. So I got involved. And within a year and a half, I went full time here in the company. And really, my goal here with everybody is just to share this opportunity more in depth. But I do want to congratulate each and every one of you for getting on this call today, because it just goes to show that you have an open mind. And my mentor told me one time that if you have an open mind, it will open new doors. And that's what I'm hoping ACN can do for you. So jumping right into it, let's talk about the track record of the company. See, ACN is a customer acquisition company. We've been in business since 1993, now in 27 different countries. Over the past 5 years, we did $4 billion in sales, and we already have millions of customers. So when you tie that all together, that means that we are the world's largest direct seller of telecom, energy, and other essential services. And that is our main headquarters in Concord, North Carolina. There at the bottom there, you can see all the accolades ACN has received for being an outstanding business opportunity. But I do also want to emphasize that ACN holds an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. So it does not get any better than that. Now, what is it that we do? This is why I got involved. This is why I got excited. We're able to offer essential services to homes and businesses. These were things that people were using every single day and paying for every single month. So what services am I talking about? I'm talking about wireless. We have our own cell phone company called Flash Wireless. We also have a partnership with AT&T. If you're a Canadian on the call, we have a partnership with TELUS. We offer high-speed internet, television, energy, which is like natural gas and electricity, security and automation, payment processing for businesses, and something that we just launched is something called identity theft protection through a company called ID Seal. And this is extremely exciting because we can agree with everything going online nowadays and all the data breaches that have been happening, that we have the opportunity through ID Seal to give people a peace of mind to make sure their personal information is protected. So this is a ground floor opportunity, and it's exciting to be a part of that. And as you can see, some of our partnerships labeled below there, those are just some of the companies that we are able to market. And the great thing about this is that we are partnered with companies that people already know and trust. You already know AT&T, Spectrum, DirecTV, Dish, and so on and so forth. So just know that when you're partnering with ACN, your credibility goes up. Now, here's the thing that I love about ACN is not only can we help people get a better deal on something they have to pay, or help people make money off of these bills, but we're also going out there and we're making a difference. So we partnered with Feeding America and the Food Banks of Canada, and when we acquire an ACN customer and they pay the bill, a portion of the bill goes to Feeding a Child, and we've already donated millions of meals since we started this, and our goal is to end childhood hunger. So this is just amazing that we're able to do that through ACN. Now, this is how it all works. Our business model is very simple. You know, the traditional forms of advertising, it costs money to put up commercials that we don't necessarily pay attention to. How about those billboards that you drive past by that you don't pay attention to, the junk mail that you throw away? So instead of companies spending all that money in advertising that doesn't necessarily work, they'll now be able to pay somebody like you to go directly to the customer to do relationship marketing, word of mouth advertising. And we've done this before. We've referred movies, restaurants to friends and family, maybe necessarily didn't get paid to do so, but here in ACN, we get paid to do relationship marketing, and the companies are happy because the customer was gained based off of a relationship. They have a more loyal and guaranteed customer. Now, this is a business. This is something that you're going to take ownership in. When I took a look at ACN, I was thinking this is an amazing opportunity. It's got to cost millions of dollars to be involved, because I was thinking in terms of my small traditional business, $100,000 just to start the business, $7,000 in operating costs every single month. I was thinking there is no way that I could do something like this, to do business in 27 different countries, be partnered with all of these well-known companies, and have a website that they were going to take care of. But I was so relieved because they said to become an independent business owner here at ACN, it's just a one-time startup of $199 plus a $25 a month business support fee. And here's what they're going to give you with that. They're going to give you a personalized website. They're going to host it. They're going to update it. They're going to take care of the customer support. So I really love that they kept it simple, that we could just acquire customers here and teach other people how to do the same thing. So you will get your own online business, which is an amazing opportunity to be a part of, because we can agree while retail sales are going down, online sales are marketing. So imagine being able to be a part of some of the fastest growing industries, and while marketing something that people cannot live without. Now I want to talk about how we make money here. So the first way that you're going to make money is something called personal monthly customer bonuses. Now, how this will work is your first 3 services that you acquire, you'll make a $75 bonus. After that, you'll want to strive for 2 more services. You're going to make $200. Now, every additional 3 services that you acquire after that, you will make $200 each time. So you can come here, you can get as many customers as you want. There is no limit. So I really love that here you can set a financial target and you just have to put in the work to hit that goal. However, ASEAN's going to pay you a second way, and this is why I got involved. We get paid residual income. So that simply means you get a customer once, but every time they pay that bill, you will make 3 to 20% of the monthly commissionable revenue of that bill. And that's why I got so excited that you could do something once, but get paid on it over and over and over again. You know, imagine doing the work in 2020, but still getting paid in 2030. Ask yourself this: how often or how long are people going to continue to use their electricity? How long are they going to continue to heat their home, cool their home, use their cell phone, use the internet? And that's why I got excited about the opportunity. I was excited about what residual income could do, having time and money together. However, it doesn't stop there. The company is going to pay you another way in a form of overriding customer acquisition bonuses. So ASEAN will pay you anywhere from $50 to $300, depending the position that you're at in the company, for helping your team make their first bonus too. So of course they have to acquire customers. So I'll just give you a quick example. If 10 people were to join your team, they all acquired their first initial customers, meaning they got their first paycheck, ASEAN would pay you $500 to $3,000 for helping your team get paid. So I love that the business model here was about uplifting people, helping people win, and really putting focus into other people getting paid in this business. Now, the final way that we get paid is something called overriding residual income, meaning we can introduce this concept to other people. We can leverage our efforts. Can you agree that if we had more people doing what we do, our organization could be a lot bigger? So here ASEAN gives you the opportunity to build a team. And now whenever they get customers, not only will they make a percentage, but so will you. You will be able to make 4% of the monthly commissionable revenue when your team's customers pay their bill as well. So that's completely amazing. Now we have earned positions in the company. There's customer qualified, executive team leader, regional director, regional vice president, and senior vice president. And as you move up the compensation plan, the bonuses get bigger. They increase the residual income. And when you hit top production, you're able to take incentive trips that the company does take care of for you. Now, what I want to do quickly is get myself out of the way. I've been doing this for some time now, and I want you to hear from some individuals who are just doing great things in the business, doing this very part-time. And the first lady that I'd like to hear from is out of Colorado. Thank you so much, Ms. Tina Carver, for joining us. You can go ahead and share your story.
Thank you, Ms. Jen Cremona, and thank you so much for your leadership and mentorship. I'm so grateful. So again, you guys, my name is Tina Carver in the Denver, Colorado market area. I've been in the business a really short time, and my background is real estate. And back in 2008 to 2013, it was devastating. I and millions of other people were hit really hard. And I never wanted to be in that situation ever again. And it will happen again. So when I heard I could get paid on services people have to have, they use them in their home and their business, they'll never get them up. It was a no-brainer. And it just made sense. So I wanted to hop on board. And with ASEAN's incredible training and support, I've been able to acquire over 100 personal customers. And combined with my team, I get to have the blessing of getting paid on over 300 customers every single month that they pay their bill. And I'm so grateful for this ASEAN opportunity. It's just such a dream for so many of us. And again, thank you, ASEAN, for your training and support.
Tina, before you hop off here, let me ask you this. How do you feel that real estate and ACN go hand in hand?
It is a perfect marriage. It's like peanut butter and jelly. They work perfect together.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your success and keep winning. Excited for you. And now we're going to hear from a gentleman from the San Diego marketplace. Thank you so much, Mr. Josh Casey, for joining us this morning.
All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Carmona. It's such an honor and privilege to be here on this call, and thank you for all your leadership. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Josh Casey. I have a background in the United States military, serving as a chief in the Navy. Been in the Navy for about 16 and a half years, but what I found was the end game, devoting 20 years of blood, sweat, and tears. That dollar amount didn't all add up. I don't know if you can relate. So I just knew that me and my family, my wife and 3 kids, just deserve a little bit more than what they were going to pay me. So I knew I was looking for something at that aha moment, I just didn't know what, but good fortune came my way. A good friend of mine invited me out to a webinar, to see this opportunity for what it is. And it just made complete sense. If you can't live without it and you have to pay for it, why not get paid off it? And I'm here to tell you, I'm nobody special, and I'm extremely busy being a chief in the Navy. But what my mentor shared with me was, you know what, great, just devote 1 to 7 hours out your crazy schedule a week and plug into the ACN system, and you'll get the results that you truly want and desire for your family. And doing so, fast forward to today, I promoted to a senior position in the ACN, and I get paid off of 600 customers collectively as a team every single month. And I owe all thanks to the ACM system, guys. So if you see value, get started with us and win with us, okay?
That's so awesome, Josh. Now, let me ask you this. I know that you're a chief, you have a family. How does somebody like you see success in ACN with such a busy schedule? Like, did you have to give up anything, or how did you make it work?
So what I like about ACN is, if you had a wife, you can keep your wife. You have kids, you keep your kids. If you have a job, you keep your job. ACN literally allowed me to have success and plug into the system that's in place for them easily.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, and congratulations on all your success. And last but not least, we're going to hear from a young lady from Vancouver, Canada, Miss Evangeline. If you don't mind unmuting yourself and sharing your story and how ACN has been going for you with everybody here on the call. Evangeline, we can't hear you.
All right. Can you hear me okay now? Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Ms. Jen, for having me on the call. And hi, everyone. As what she mentioned, my name is Evangeline Alangilan from Vancouver, Canada. My background is in healthcare industry. So I've been working at the hospital for many years, which means that I've been also sacrificing my time for my family for many years as well. And I have 3 kids, so I was basically time broke. So I was looking for something that I can do part-time from home. And when my friend actually invited me to take a look of the information, same as how you saw the information today, I got really excited and got started right away. And what's amazing is within 10 months of doing this business without experience whatsoever, I had the position of regional director. And right now I already have 1,500 customers. And that's mainly because, guys, of the trainings and support that we have here. I'm not talented whatsoever at all. So thank you so much again for having me on the call. God bless and stay safe, everyone.
Evangeline, now I know that you said that you have about 1,500 customers. Now, when you got started in ACN, did you have public speaking experience? Like, did you have to show the information, or how did that work when you first got involved?
You know what? Actually, growing up, I wasn't speaking English at all. So that's why, thanks God, we have an amazing support here. Someone did that for me, all the explanations. So I was just plugging on the system. So thank you so much for all the support here.
Well, congratulations. I'm looking forward to you becoming a regional vice president with ACN. And thank you so much for your time. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You've heard it from 3 individuals, all different walks of life, seeing success in this business because they talked about following the system and following the leadership. So just know that in ACN, you're in business for yourself, but you're not going to be by yourself. Your goal becomes our goal. So here's what your next step is. Number 1, you want to enroll as an IBO. Get your online store. We'll show you what to do next. You want to utilize the support system. So we actually have a training that's going to take place literally in just 30 seconds here. You want to take notes, and we're going to help you start acquiring customers, and you'll be on your way to building a successful business here with I believe the number one company in the world. And here's what we get to do now is we get to jump into the training. I get to bring up an individual that I have so much respect for. He is somebody that has hit the pinnacle position of senior vice president. And not only has he become a senior vice president, he has helped other people do the same. He continues to keep duplicating massive success in his organization, always leading by example. He has one of the fastest growing teams in ACN. And I suggest that you take notes, listen to everything that he's going to tell you, because one thing that I know is that when successful people speak, it's time to listen and it's time to take notes. So it's my honor to bring to the call none other than top producing Senior Vice President, Mr. Aaron Burt.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone on the West Coast, and good afternoon. And good afternoon to all of you on the East Coast. And my name is Aaron Burt. I'm a Senior Vice President in this amazing company that you just took a look at called ACN. And before I get into my training this morning, I do want to thank my business partner, my friend, my sister, Miss Jen Carmona, for that world-class presentation. I tell you, you can't have heard it anywhere better than what you just got delivered to you this afternoon. So if you're on the line, you have an opportunity to work personally with Miss Carmona, don't take it for granted. She is one of the top performers in our industry, and she's known for taking new people like you and helping you become profitable in our opportunity. With that being said, my responsibility this afternoon is just to go into some training about the appropriate mindset of an ACN business owner. And then I'll go right into what it takes, to become proficient at customer acquisition. So I'll share my screen with you, get right into my slides so that you can have a complete understanding of what it is to build the ACN business from start to finish. So I've been involved with ACN for the last almost 18 years now. And, prior to this, I was a school teacher in Baltimore City. And I know that many of you on the line know that teachers don't make a ton of money. So when I was approached by ACN, it made a lot of sense to me. It made so much sense that I got started on the spot. And today, when you decide to make your decision to jump in ACN, you're going to get your own ACN personalized website. Now, that is designed for peaking and customer acquisition. You can log right into your IBO back office and select update your information to make sure it is personalized, especially to you. This is going to be your epicenter for growing your ACN business. Your upline support system will show you exactly how to make sure that is set up properly for you so that you can utilize it to begin to showcase the opportunity and to acquire customers. Now, when jumping into ACN, most of us who are involved with this company have never done anything like this before. Like, I was a school teacher in Baltimore City. Miss Carmona was a professional dancer, owned a studio, and the gentleman after me was an actor. So none of us have been involved with an opportunity like this before, but when we got in, we were trained on how to make it work. And the first thing they told us to make sure that we move forward in a progressive manner with the business is to determine why we were doing it. See, there's a lot of different ways you can make money. You can be an actor, you can be a teacher, you can be a business owner. But when you get involved with ACN, there has to be a very specific reason why you're pursuing greatness in this company to make sure that you don't quit along the way. Because this is not easy. I'm here to tell you up front, and to be honest with you, ACN is not easy. It's not get rich quick. It's not a hold on tight, fly by night kind of a business. It's something that if you decide to join, you'll actually have to do work when you get involved. So imagine joining the gym. You can sign up. They'll take anyone. If you have $50 or whatever the enrollment fee is for a gym nowadays, they'll take that money right away. But they're not going to give you the discipline. They're not going to give you the motivation. They're not going to give you the why to keep coming back. ACN works the exact same way. If you like what you see today, you can definitely get started with the company. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. But now you have to actually do something. Okay. And in order for you to do something and go through the ups and downs that are definitely going to come your way in this business, you have to determine a why that's big enough for you to overcome the obstacles. You can see on the screen right now some typical whys that we see as people join the opportunity. Maybe time with your family, pay off some bills, help with your college education, help your parents. I know that when I got involved with ACN, I was very young. I was 24 years old. And the only reason I got involved with ACN was to make a lot of money. It was a very shallow reason because there was many different ways I could have made money, but just being transparent, that's why I got in. But 18 years later, now that I'm older, now that I'm more seasoned and understanding what it takes to build this kind of business, and I have a family of a wife and 4 children, I get involved. I do ACN and I work it hard, because I want to have options. I want to have freedom. I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it and have the availability to do it from this opportunity. So that's why I got involved with ACN. You have to choose a why that's big enough for you to pursue greatness in this company. Now, once you get in, there's several different bullet points that I want to share with you that are important to focus you on your journey of success in this company. The first one is make a decision. See, many of you on the line, you've seen the presentation before. Maybe you saw it throughout the week and you jumped online this morning to see the training, to see if this was a good fit for you. See, I can't make any promises with you getting involved with ACN. I don't know how serious you're going to take it. I don't know how big you're going to build it. But one thing I do know is if you never make a decision, you'll never move forward. So if you're on the fence right now, I can only encourage you to get started with the company, make a decision to go for it. But once you make a decision to go for it, you're going to have to make a decision to become a professional, not an amateur, because they will never pay an amateur professional money. So when you make a decision to get involved, make a decision to get trained, make a decision to get educated, make a decision to learn what you have your hands on, because as you move forward in the company, there's going to be a learning curve because you've never done anything like this before. You're going to have to earn while you learn. Keep in mind, you're not going to be great when you get started. You'll start, then you'll get great. And you'll have the mentoring and the coaching to hold your hand every step of the way. Never get emotional about the fact that you're learning how to do this. When you're in college or when you're in high school, you start out as a freshman and you're new and everything and you're nervous. I mean, I remember my first day of college as a freshman. I was so nervous because that environment was new to me. I was in a different city. I was in a different state. I had a roommate that I didn't know all the way from California, and I was from Pittsburgh. So it was all new to me. So there was a lot of emotions that were built up because I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know if living out of state was for me. I didn't know if the major I chose was for me. But I got over the emotions quickly because I knew that I already had the end in mind. I could already see myself graduating as a senior. I could already see myself accepting my diploma. And if I had the end of the story in mind, it didn't matter what the actual story was to lead up to the end because I already knew what it was going to be. And for those of you starting ACN today, I want you to already picture yourself at the top of the company, already picture yourself as a senior vice president, and know that on your way there will be trials and tribulations on the way. But if you already have the end in mind, then you'll just be so willing to go through and write your own story. But you have to have the right mental attitude. You have to be positive. You have to be upbeat. We're looking for the type of person who is not easily influenced by negativity, someone who is excited about the possibilities and ready to run with the mentor that's going to coach you in this business. Keep in mind that as you move forward and start to share this opportunity with other people, start to share the information of acquiring customers with other people, some will, some won't, so what? You just have to get good at sorting and move on. But when you see SW, and you get seasoned in the opportunity, I want you to also know that that really means some will, some will, some will. Everyone's going to want to get involved with ACN eventually. It's just that you have to stick with it. Your longevity will build your credibility, even though everyone you know won't get started right away. If you stick with it long term, if you're with this a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, and timing changes for people, they're going to come find you, the individual who's known for sticking with something, even though other people were belittling your involvement. Because if you have long-term thinking, you already know where you're going to be. But the most important part is don't quit. If you're starting, don't quit. If you're starting, go for it. If you're starting, see it through. People are watching you, and they're watching you for one of two reasons. The reason number one, they're watching to see you succeed. They're watching to see you get to the top of the company. They're watching to celebrate you. But the second reason, and probably the more apparent one, is they're watching to wait for you to fail. Because people start businesses like this all the time. People join things and never see it through because it wasn't as easy as they thought it was going to be when they got in. That's why I'm preparing you today that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be simple. You're going to have to put some work in, some time, some energy, some effort. But keep in mind, at the end of the road, it'll all be worth it. And if you're a person with desire, when I got started with ACN, I listened to a training by the gentleman of the name of George Zalke. He said you have to have a white hot burning desire to win in this type of company. And if you're bringing to the table your work ethic that you're already known for, and if you can stay committed, and that definition is doing what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said and has left you. If you can implement that characteristic into your current lifestyle, and your pursuit of greatness in ACN, you can't possibly lose in our company. Have a positive attitude, someone who can quickly adapt to having some form of enthusiasm and urgency, and is willing to understand the sorting concept of how we build this business, you're who we're looking for. Those characteristics for success are deeply important with your involvement with ACN. Now, what are you going to do when you get in? How are you going to build this business? The first thing you want to do is make a list. Now, when I say make a list, you might be thinking who you're comfortable talking to. You might be thinking who might be interested. You might be thinking who has done something like this before. But what I want you to understand is that when I say make a list, I want you to make a list of every single person you know without prejudging anyone, without thinking who will, without thinking who won't. Because understanding this right away will help you win an ACN. You don't know. Listen, what if I told you that when this webinar was over, that the next 100 people you called would be interested in the opportunity? What if I told you that no matter what you said, that the next 100 people you talk to would be thoroughly excited about ACN? Wouldn't you call 100 people the moment this webinar is over, knowing what their answer was going to be? Of course you would. So here's what I want you to understand. Right now, you don't know what their answer is going to be. No one told you that those 100 people wouldn't be interested. So it's up to you to contact everyone as soon as possible and sort through their responses. Those responses that you're going to receive, we break them down into 3 different categories. We like to use fruit, apples in this case, where the red apple being someone who is very interested in your conversation about ACN, someone who loves it because you love it, someone who's excited because you're excited, someone who your energy becomes contagious to. They're interested. We want to spend 90% of our time with people who like what we're doing. And if someone tells you that they like it and they want to get started, then your job is to sign them up right away. It's not to wait. It's not to find out what they liked. It's not to go in depth about their why. If they like it, they want to do it, you sign them up right then and there. Now, if they want to think about it, you want to get them in front of some more information. Your responsibility is not to sit there and answer all their questions and to get them well-versed on how ACN operates. You have Saturday trainings like this. You have weekly webinars with your personal organization. We have training modules in our back office. They can download the app. There's a wealth of information so that they can understand how we do this business, but your job is to sort, not to sell. So if they want to think about it, you want to give them all the different avenues that they can do their own due diligence, and then you want to come back to them and get them in front of some more information. And for people who are not interested in the company, don't spend any time with them. I want you to keep this in mind. If you start the conversation, you can also finish it. Okay, if you call them and they're not interested and they're disgusted by your involvement, and they're not only disgusted by the opportunity, they're disgusted that you're involved, you just simply want to end that conversation. I'm telling you right now, before you even decide to get started with ACN, you will, without a shadow of a doubt, run into these 3 types of people. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You'll run into someone who likes it. You'll run into someone who wants to think about it. You'll run into someone who's not interested. It's just up to you to understand that that's what is going to happen. It's not occasionally. It is going to happen 100% of the time when someone gets started with ACN. So prepare yourself for what is definitely going to happen while you attempt to build your ACN business. But as you do so, just know that some will, some won't. So what? Just keep having the conversations. Keep adding new names to your list and keep moving forward when it comes to sharing the opportunity that can and will change your life if you take it seriously and put in the work. Now, let's move on to the bread and butter of our business, what I believe is the lifeblood of our opportunity, which is customer acquisition. ACN has a point system in place with the services that we offer that makes this opportunity a completely even playing ground, no matter where you're at in North America, no matter where you're at in the United States or Canada. ACN has a point system with the services and providers that we do business with so that you can build ACN on an equal playing ground with everyone around the country, everyone around the continent. These services that we offer were explained thoroughly during the presentation by Ms. Jen Carmona, and I love the opportunity because obviously these services are bills that you're already paying. No one on the line right now is telling you to add new bills to your life. They're just telling you that you already have bills, and those same services that you're spending money with on a monthly basis can now be your personal services through your online store system. Let's take a look at the point system that ACN has for the month of June. For identity theft protection, the monthly offering is for 2 points quarterly, obviously that's every 3 months, is 4 points. And for the annual plan they offer, that is 8 points, and the most attractive for you when you're marketing those services. Electricity and gas, they're 1 to 2 points depending on what you acquire, whether it's residential or commercial. Our wireless platform with Flash is 1 to 3 points. Payment processing, 3 points, and home security, 8 points every single time a service is installed. Our internet partners are 1 to 3 points, and for TV, depending on the relationship and service provider, it's 2 to 5 points. What I want you to take note of are the June promotions that we're offering that are very important. ID Seal quarterly plan, there's an obvious savings when you get that service, and it's 4 points for you. The annual plan, you're saving on 2 months and you're getting 8 points. For Flash, this is paramount. You can get free activation for new customers with a new number, and 6 points for 3 gigabytes or higher. For Sphere, for our credit card processing partnership, you will get a $200 statement credit with device purchase and 6 points for $3,000 a month and higher transaction volume. And for Vivint Home Security, they're providing a $100 gift card. So each month these promotions change, and we like to make sure that you're up to speed on what they are so that you can build your business based upon some of the upfront money that's available to you for your ACN online store. Now, the customer sources that you can attack now that you have your own online store open through ACN are right here on the screen. Let me go through each one of them, and I'll go a little more in depth on how we'll attack each different source. The first one being yourself. The second one being prospects who do not become IBOs. The third being people that you do business with, and the fourth being everyone else. Let's talk right away about why you should be a customer of yourself. I'm not telling you to get new bills. I'm sharing with you let me share with you what I did when I got started with ACN. See, because when I took a look at the presentation, I already had bills. So as I sat through the information, to me, I said, what if I become my own customer? What if I put myself in a position to not only save money on my bills, but also make money on my bills? So I took every single service that I had in my home, and I became a customer through my own online store. See, before I got an ACN, I already had a cell phone through Sprint. So that automatically qualifies for me to become my own customer. So it made perfect sense for me to save money on my service, and more importantly, go for the free cell phone service. I already had home security through ADT. I quickly dispatched that service and became a Vivint home security customer. I already had gas and electricity at my local marketplace. I quickly added Zoom to my portfolio and became my own customer of gas and electricity. I own a couple businesses outside of ACN. I was accepting different forms of payment for credit cards. I quickly became a Sphere customer, and now I get paid multiple times per transaction at my businesses. And listen, I still have a home phone for some strange reason. I don't even know. I've never seen anyone use it in the last few years, but I still have a home phone. And when identity theft protection became an offering, I got that too. I want you to understand that I did not add bills to my life. I simply took bills that I was already spending money on. The money was already budgeted every single month. So to me, it just made perfect sense to become my own customer. Now, as you begin to get customers outside of your household, we want you to use this approach. It's very direct, it's very upfront, and it brings the aspect of customer retention in on top of just customer acquisition. See, we are going to use what's called the do me a favor approach. And this is IBO simply asking for a favor from someone they already know. It gives customers a worthwhile reason to make a change. They're helping a friend. And this is more so based upon people who take a look at the business, don't necessarily want to do it, but they will love to support you. I'll give you an example. When I first got involved with ACN, I asked my mentor, I said, listen, who makes the most money in this business? I mean, who in the world makes the most money in this business? And he told me the person with the largest customer base will always make the most money. But he told me that I should always show them the business first to give them an opportunity to open their own store and become their own customer. But if they saw no value in becoming a business owner, then we could share with them the opportunity of saving money through the online store. And they would see value in it because they saw the presentation and they know what it's all about. So when someone sees the business and they decide not to do it, what I want to share with them is my why. See, I want to make sure, back in the day when I first started ACN, I wanted to retire my parents. I really wanted to retire my mom. She had fibromyalgia. She could barely walk, let alone deal with her children at the daycare that she ran. So when I got started with ACN, after someone saw the presentation, I would say, hey, listen, I know you're not interested in the opportunity. I really appreciate you taking time out your schedule to take a look at what I have my hands on. But listen, can you do me a huge favor? Well, Aaron, what is that? Listen, you saw the business that I'm involved in. The reason I got involved is because I really want to be able to retire my mom. She's been stricken with a muscle tissue disorder called fibromyalgia. She can barely walk up and down the stairs, let alone, run her daycare center. So every customer I get through my online store is gonna help me put a little bit of money away so that I can. It's going to help me save a little bit of money so I can eventually retire my mom. And every time you pay your bill, a portion of those proceeds are going to go towards her retirement. So could you do me a huge favor? Take a look at the services that I offer so that I can, retire my mom and take care of her. See, the direct approach, when you're talking to someone you know, when you're talking to someone that you love, when you're talking to someone that you trust, you're letting them in on why you're doing the business. You're being very transparent. You're being very real. See, your friends and family don't know anyone at Sprint. Your friends and family don't know anyone at DirecTV. Your friends and family know you. So it's very important that you open yourself up and you're very transparent and you share with them your why, because it's not just about acquiring them as a customer. It's about retaining them as a customer for months and months and years for a lifetime of them paying their bill. Once you master your why, your friends and family, you'll understand that your friends and family don't want to be sold. They don't want you to try to sell them something that they're already spending money on. See, people are inspired to support you and your business, you and your cause. They want you to win. They want you to succeed. But if you try to sell them on the price, you try to get them as a customer based upon the fact that you're saving them a couple of dollars, people can save money anywhere. If you wanted to right now, you could call your local service provider and threaten to leave. They're going to throw a better package at you. If you want to right now, you could call your local service provider and tell them you found a better deal elsewhere, and they'll throw a better price at you. People do not do business based upon the price that they're paying. They do business based on the comfort that they're feeling. And if you can share with them why you're involved with ACN, it's going to create a sense of loyalty and a sense of pride as they pay their bill every single month. And that is our advantage over the competition. It is a customer retention business, not a customer acquisition business. We're getting customers based upon how we make them feel about our involvement with the company. Now, we went over the script and what it is, for you to get someone as a customer. I'll just leave this on the screen for you and read it so that you can implement your why, and you can maybe take a screenshot of this for your for you growing your business. Can you do me a huge favor? That's how you're going to start. You want to enroll them into the favor. I just started my own business working from home. We're creating more value for services we all use every day. If I could be the same or better of any of the services we offer, would you please support me and become one of my customers? It would mean a lot to me. See, once you share your why, once you're transparent, once you're genuine, and you actually wear your heart on your sleeve and tell people why you're involved, they're going to see value and want to become your customer. Now, another approach that we offer that I think truly is one of the most ideal ones is the Essential Services Survey approach. This Essential Services Survey will allow the customer to see exactly the comparison to what we would offer them to what they're paying right now. And that will allow them to see that we're actually putting them in a better position on services they were already going to spend money on. And it also gives the business a more professional appeal. They're seeing that it's not just a mom and pop shop. They're seeing that the services that we're partnered with have been in business for years, and they've already spent money on the advertising costs. And they already know, love, and trust these partners that are in bed with ACN, so to speak. And when they fill out the survey, they'll see that we can put them in a better position. The charity approach as well is one that we hold near and dear to our heart. See, a lot of times, when you're sharing the ACN opportunity, if they don't want to just do you a favor or they don't see value in, just saving money, what if we could take a portion of that bill that they're paying every single month and we help feed hungry children? Listen, as schools have been closed for the last couple of months out here in Maryland, they're saying, across the country that 22 million children have been having a major problem finding satisfactory meals on a daily basis. Our partnership with Feeding America, with Project Feeding Kids and the Food Banks of Canada allow us to take a portion of the bill that is paid every single month and feed hungry children. What I've read and what I've been told through our ACN higher ups is that every dollar that is made through this program is good for 8 meals. And over the last few years that we've been partnered with Feeding America and the Food Banks of Canada, the ACN opportunity through our online stores, through all of our independent business owners, have donated more than 3.5 million meals, putting a major dent in childhood hunger. Can you imagine leading with this when you're sharing the information about the services that we offer, that the person is already spending money, it's already budgeted, they're definitely going to spend it. What if a portion of that budgeted money could go towards helping end childhood hunger? We can agree, not only would that help you acquire the customer, long term, that's going to help you keep them because they know that when they're paying their bill, that they're obviously helping feed children as well. And that is just does something good for the heart. It does something good for the soul. And people will actually be happy to pay their bill now that they're in full alignment with ending childhood hunger. We also have promotions on the table that I think are very important to share with you. We have promotions on the table that will also help you acquire customers. And this right here is very beneficial to the customer taking a look at the business because not only can they help you grow your ACN business, but through their referral, through their word of mouth, sharing the value of our company, they can earn free service through different partners that we provide. Look at the first one in the top left with our Power Up program with our Zoom Energy partner. Acquire 12 or more Zoom Energy customers, and you will get the average of those customers every single month. And to me, every single month, when you get that extra money, just from acquiring customers to build your business, that's great. And as well as free cell phone service. When you become your own Flash customer, or when your customer becomes a Flash customer and you refer 5 other people to it, or your customer refers 5 people to it, you can earn free cell phone service. Keep in mind that you cannot see an end in. Listen, you could pay off your house, you could pay off your car, you'll never pay off your cell phone, you'll never pay off your electricity. These are bills that are going to come every single month. Listen, you can get it cut off, but you'll never pay it off. So if you can refer a friend if you can refer 5 people to a savings on their wireless service, or if you can get a customer to refer 5 people to the service, you're going to earn free cell phone service. We have a phrase on our team, and it says, "Friends don't let friends pay for cell phone service." So the more you share the information with the ability for someone to put themselves in a better position on their wireless, they're going to see how low their bill is. And it's just natural to share that with other people. Now, I highly encourage you to make sure that you become a professional in ACN, that you learn what you have your hands on, that you become an effective IBO, because there's people that get involved with this business and they don't make any money. But they don't make any money because the company doesn't work. They don't make any money because they don't take the time to get trained and to learn what to do. If you're going to become a doctor, I guarantee you're going to go to medical school, then you'll go through a residency. If you're going to become a lawyer, I guarantee you're going to go through law school, then you're going to go through some type of training. When I became a teacher, I listened. I didn't just go into the classroom and start teaching kids. I went through 3 years of college. I went through a semester of methods courses, and I went through another semester of student teaching. And then even after that, I was on a probationary period, before I got fully licensed or tenured. So what I'm telling you is that your involvement with ACN is great. But what's important for you to become big here, for you to really find a home here, is to understand what you're in. So the training is essential to you to move your business forward. So we have a product training every single week, Tuesday through Thursday, where you can get the latest and greatest information on the different services that we provide, whether it be our launch with AT&T, whether it be our partnership with Vivint. Every single time there will be a different topic. And if you can't get on it at the time that it is slated, it is also recorded and available for playback. So there's no excuse. It's just up to you to take ownership of your ACN business and to learn and get trained every single time that ACN puts some information out there. Now, the last thing I want to share with you is, I believe, one of the most important parts of customer acquisition, which is the sorting process. I'll be straight up with you. 10% of the time, when you're sharing your why with people, someone who loves you, trusts you, wants to see you do well in business, they'll become your customer right away. Okay? 10% of the time when you're sharing your why with people, some people just won't change because they don't want to change and they don't want to support your business. I don't want you to be surprised by the 10% that will support you, and I don't want you to be surprised by the 10% that won't support you. But I do want to let you know that the 80% of people that have questions, you will live and die by the 80%, by the way you deal with the 80% of people that have questions. I'll say that one more time. You will live and die in your ACN business by the way you treat the 80% of people who have questions. So I want you to know that we're sorting these people. It's okay to answer someone's questions about becoming a customer. It's okay to educate them on what we are as a company. It's okay to take some time, set up a Zoom, do a three-way call. Sometimes the customer has to be comfortable before they make a move, before they change, switch, become a customer. See, people are already comfortable with what they have. You're asking them to do something different. You're asking them to change the norm. So you have to be very aware that most people are adverse to change. So they're going to have questions. They're going to want more information. But when you educate the customer, they turn red. When you inform the customer, they turn red. And when you get them to understand what you're doing, now not only have you acquired the customer, you will retain them longer than if you just did not share with them what they're doing. So get their questions answered. Don't think that they don't want to become your customer because they have questions. Don't think that they don't want to support you because they have questions. Just know that they're normal. It's normal for them to ask questions. And if you don't understand, and if you can't readily answer their question, just know that you're in business with people who are 24/7 when it comes to accepting your calls. We're 24/7 when it comes to talking to your customer base for you. And we're 24/7 when it comes to making sure that they are comfortable and clear on what it will be that they're going to be, what they have to do to become a customer. How do you handle red apples? You sign them up right away. How do you handle green apples? You answer their questions to the fullest of your ability, and then you ask for the favor. How do you handle brown apples? You move on. You don't want to spend any time with them. The more time you spend with them, the more energy they're going to drain from you, and the less powerful the next call will be. So as we move on and wrap up the last portion of what is customer acquisition, I just want to really provide a call to action to you guys, a call to action that is going to have you really what I think. Let me show you this. A call to action, and it's not moving. Okay, here's my call to action. Make money weekly. The more money you make, the more empowered you become. The more money you make, the more aggressive your conversation is. The more money you make, the more you believe in the opportunity and what you have your hands on. So ACN has bonuses in place for you to go and take this training that you have had and implement it into your day-to-day life. Your first 3 services that you acquire this month is a $75 upfront bonus, but just 2 more services is a $125 more increase to $200. And every 3 services after that, ladies and gentlemen, is another $200 in bonus money for you. My challenge to you is this: how many people can you share the opportunity with this week so that they can tell you, yes, they'll become a partner, or they can tell you, no, they don't want to do the business, but they're more than willing to take a look at the online store that you have and the savings that you can provide them through the service that we provide. So with that being said, I am completely done with my training, and I want to get out of the way and introduce someone that I have a tremendous amount of respect for, an individual that has pioneered the West Coast for ACN, for decades now, and is one of the most sought after speakers in our company prior to his involvement with ACN. Well, and even today, he's a full-time actor in Los Angeles. You might have seen him during the Super Bowl, on a commercial. And I am just so he's no stranger to residual income. So I'll just get out of the way and introduce top-performing regional vice president, Mr. Dean Torelli. The line is yours. Thanks for being on this morning.
Mr. Aaron Burt, thank you so much, man. I have to tell you, this training has been absolutely unbelievable. And I want to say, Jen Carmona, amazing presentation, amazing overview, going right into Senior Vice President, Mr. Aaron Burt. I have to tell you all, I do have a history with Mr. Aaron Burt and a friendship that grew out of being business partners in this business. And we just got trained by a repeat Circle of Champions member, Senior Vice President. In fact, our household has 2 Senior Vice Presidents. And I will tell you, as great as they are, and as great as Mr. Burt is at this business, I have found him to be an even better friend. You guys, there are so many stories that I could tell you. I will tell you one very quickly. It was years ago. I was in our business, and my daughter got very sick, and she actually had meningitis, and it was pretty serious. And the very first person to put out a prayer request for my daughter Antonia was Mr. Aaron Burt. And I'll tell you that I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate your leadership. I appreciate your guidance, how you have mentored me in this business. And I know I speak on behalf of the co-founders and the company as well. So thank you very much, Mr. Burt. Phenomenal job, you guys. My name is Dean. I'm out here in Los Angeles, California. So good afternoon, East Coast and Midwest, and good morning on the West Coast. And very excited to be able to share a little bit with you today. Hopefully we can do some things to help everybody build their business. My responsibility is to explain the compensation plan, as well as go over team building and how to build an organization. So I'm excited to share that and do that with you guys. I will tell you, I had no background in this business. So when I was introduced to this over a decade ago, I was managing one of the most popular nightclubs out here in Los Angeles by day. And during the day, I was in the golf business. And at night, I was managing a nightclub. And it was, you guys, I had a late night job and an early morning job, and I did not really have a way to get time back. And I'm running around on TV shows and commercial auditions. And I've been very lucky in that business. And I've done some stuff, as Mr. Burt had mentioned, but never enough to not have my side jobs, because my reason why was my family. Mr. Burt really covered that. My reason why was I wanted time with my family, and I did not have a way or a vehicle to get time back in my life. I was working nonstop. So for those of you who are working around the clock, I understand it. For those of you who have been affected by everything that's going on, which is, the whole world, I understand. The company has put together a system and compensation plan that is absolutely remarkable. So I'm going to do that. In fact, I have kind of a fun little picture here to show you guys to get started. So one of the great things about building a business like ours and building these relationships is you get to do some fun stuff. So there was a number of years ago that we had a national training out here in the West Coast, and Morgan, who is Chanel and Aaron's daughter, has some aspirations to be involved in the entertainment business as well. So we just grabbed this picture. I wanted to show you guys this just so you can see some of the things that can happen. So we went up to the Hollywood sign, that took a picture. This is why we do ACN, to get that time back to be able to do the core important things. But you guys would not start a job without knowing how you get paid. So you have to know how we get paid and how we generate an income in ACN. So let's go through this, you guys. First and foremost, understand something. We are a customer acquisition company. There is no money ever earned in our compensation plan until a customer is acquired, either through you or through someone on your team. I love the example Mr. Burt gave of the gym. You could sign up for the gym. If you don't work out, if you don't cut a sweat, and you go home and you're eating 2 dozen ho-hos, I'm telling you, you're not going to get in shape, and you can't blame the gym. You got to get in there and work out, get that sweat on. And the same thing happens here. You have to understand the compensation plan and recognize that we are a customer acquisition company. But I'm going to let you know right now, the compensation plan is brilliant. In fact, we get paid 4 separate ways for doing our business. We make personal monthly customer bonuses, personal residual income, overriding customer bonuses, and overriding residual income. And I'm going to cover these. So here we go. Understand that we use a point system. So here's how to think of the point system. It's like any sport other than golf. Golf, you want low score. Everything else, you want high score. High score wins. We want to accumulate customer points. And the reason why the company uses a point system is because there's certain services that have more value to us as independent business owners out here in the field and value to the companies. So they simply use a point system to be able to weight out those customers. And it kind of guides us on where to maybe spend some of our extra effort. So just know you can see all the services on the left-hand side: identity theft, security and automation, wireless TV, high-speed internet, home phone, gas and electricity, and payment processing. And the services range from 1 to 4 points. And in fact, there's even higher point value services. And I'll show those to you here in the next slide. So check this out, everybody. Here's an example of a customer. So one customer, one person. That person actually has 4 services. Now, if you're looking at getting started in the business, could that be you? Absolutely. But look at the customer points start to accumulate. Your wireless could be a 3-point service. Identity theft protection on an annual plan is 8 customer points. Security and automation through Vivint Home Security, 8 customer points. Your own gas bill, 1 point, or a family member or friend signing up on any of these services, 1 customer, that's 4 services, 20 customer points. It is so simple to see how your points can accumulate. So now I want to kind of break this down and share with you how this relates to our compensation plan. So here we go. The first way we get paid, and Mr. Burt covered this a little bit at the end, which was great, is a personal customer acquisition bonuses. So understand, if you are a new IBO, you're a new independent business owner, you've started on the team, the company gives you a 30-day window to accomplish these first handful of services. Now, can you get services after the first 30 days? Absolutely, but the company understands helping people get off to a fast start and create a success story right out of the gate. So what have they done for the new IBO? Brand new, dependent, that makes no difference when you start in a calendar month. We help you sign up your first 3 services that equate to 7 or more customer points. Company cuts you $75. Proof that the system works. You've got your first handful of customers, the company rewards you. So here's what's so great. We add on 2 more services: mom, dad, brother, sister, friend, neighbor, coworker. We get them signed up on a service, help them find value, some savings, maybe even get their cell phone service for free with some referrals. The company tacks on $125. That is a $200 bonus by signing up the first handful of services. Well, if you're an independent business owner, what a great start to your business. That startup cost has been covered within the first few services of signing up and building your business. Now, let's say you're an existing independent business owner. These bonuses apply to you as well. It's just for the calendar month, starting at the first of the month to the last day of the month. You can see 3 services, $75. 5 services, $200. And every 3 services after that, the company tacks on an additional $200. So let me make this crystal clear. First way we get paid, we acquire customers. The company pays us bonuses as those customers are acquired. That is the first way we get paid. The second way we get paid is why we get started in ACN. It's to build a residual income. Now, look, you guys, I have never done an industry like this before. This is my first time I've ever been involved in a networking type business, but I did understand residual income from the entertainment business. I just didn't really realize that there was residual income to be made outside of that industry. I'm sure Jen Carmona can relate to that, right? So when I saw this, I was absolutely knocked out. I was blown away. Well, look what ACN will do. They will pay you from 3% to 20% residual income from the services that you acquire. So then people typically go, well, what do I need to do to go from 3%? I want to get to that 20%. Well, I'm going to show you. We use that point system that I mentioned. From 1 to 39 customer points from your online store. That's services that you can sign up yourself, mom, dad, brother, sister, friend, cousin, neighbor, coworker, all the people that we would sign up on these services. The company will pay you a piece of the bill, a piece of the action. Residual income is genius. Residual income is doing work once and getting paid over and over and over again for doing something one time. This is why we do ACN. So you have a residual income coming in that gives you some time freedom to do the things that are important to you, to spend time with the people that are important to you. It's on this screen. So people go, well, I want 20%. Great. Let's help you work up to 200 customer points. Well, you guys, here's the thing. 200 customer points does not equate to 200 customers. Now, there are people on this call and there are people in the company that have well over 200 services. But let's talk about customer points because that's the comp plan. Customer points, as we increase the number of customer points personally, the company gives you a raise from 3% to 5% to 10%, 14, 17, and ultimately 20% of the bills that you acquire and the customers that are acquired through your online store are paid to you every month residually. So I want to think, what would that mean to you? What would it mean to you to have a residual income coming in that knocks out some bills? What would it mean to you to have a residual income that maybe knocks out the second job? Or as the world is opening up, you can start building something. in this window of time. I think it is absolutely tremendous. Here's the other thing to know about residual income. So few people in the working world earn a residual income because they don't know it's available. You know it's available. You have the inside information on how to build a residual income business. So the first way we get paid, bonuses when we acquire the customer. The second way we get paid, a piece of the billing every single month, no limit to the number of customers. So now if this makes sense to you, you know it's going to make sense to someone else. So the company allows us to build an overriding residual income. So now you can not only have a residual income from your own online store as customers are acquired, but a residual income that can grow exponentially. In fact, take a look at this. There you can see you earn from 3% to 20% of the billing that you acquire personally, your personal customers. Well, the company will also pay us 4% through what we call 5 levels or 5 generations. And I'm going to explain how this whole level thing works. So check this out. There you are. And let's say you introduce 3 people. Let's call it family member, friend, coworker, right? A family member, maybe your spouse, friend, and coworker. Those 3 people that you have personally sponsored, they've signed up on the team. They've opened up their online store. If you've personally sponsored them, they are on your level 1. Fantastic. So there's no limit. Now, in this example, now we're showing 6 people that you have personally sponsored to just give you the idea of what a level is. Those 6 people fall on your level 1. Now, they're going to know people you don't know. Now, some people you'll know, but most people you won't. And when they share this with someone, now you have a level 2 business. You have someone who is 2 levels now removed from you, 1 and 2, and you're earning a residual income from their customers' bills. Now, they're going to know people that you don't know. There's your level 3. And another 4% is paid from all of the customers' bills that fall on your level 3. Well, they're going to know people you don't know. So we get paid through 5 levels of business, 5 generations of business. No limit to the number of customers, no limit to the size of the team, but there is a requirement. There's the only requirement that you have to have is based on customer acquisition, because we are a customer acquisition company. This overriding residual component of our compensation plan keeps me up at night. It's unbelievable. So I'm going to give you an example of how this actually works. To get paid through the first 2 levels of your team or your business or your organization, you must have 40 personal customer points. You personally, 40 customer points, you're paid through 2 levels of business. Now, to get paid that 3rd level of business, you need to have 60 personal customer points. And to get paid through all 5 levels, 75 personal customer points. In my experience, it's about 20 bills, maybe 25 bills, somewhere in there, depending on what services you sign up. 75 personal customer points releases the residual through all 5 levels of your business. So this is an absolutely phenomenal way to build an income, leverage your efforts, build a team, and now you have a business owner mentality. So now check this out. Let's give a real life example. So here you are, you're earning your 3 to 20% from the customers that you've personally acquired. For this example, let's say you acquired 20 services, the example I just gave you. So 20 services that you have signed up from your online store, and the leader that is committed to working with you will help you get this started, especially for you if you are brand new. In fact, please let us do that with you. So we help you get your first 20 services signed up. Now, check this out. We start 3 people. 3 people see the opportunity the same way you do. 3 people see this and they're like, you know what? This makes sense. I'm in. We're going to help them get some customers. The first person, we help them sign up 2 services. The second person, 18 services. So you're still the best on your team. And the third person, 8 services. Those 3 independent business owners on your second level equate to 28 services. Look at what would happen on that second level. You have someone there with 19 services. You have someone with 1. That happens. Someone with 6, someone with 15, someone with 7. On that second level, 48 services. Look at the third level. The first person got a business partner, maybe one of their friends or coworkers. That person got 10 services. The second person there on that second level, well, they didn't do anything. That happens in life. The third person there, they got someone who's serious, 19 services, and their other business partner got one. The third person, that person with 15 services, well, they didn't do much. But the next person, they actually sponsored 3 people the exact same way that you did. You guys, this is reality. This is the way it happens. 50 services on that third level of business. Look at this, you guys. 15 independent business owners have equated to 146 services. 126 of those you didn't get. That is absolutely the genius of our business. And all of those people are working for themselves, not for you. And you're making 4% of all of that billing. How do you figure that out? How much can you earn in monthly residual income? Here's how to figure it out. It's based on the total commissionable revenue of all of the services that are generated by the customers times the percentage on each level. Well, you can see those levels. 4% of those bills are paid to you in the form of overriding residual income. So what have we covered so far? Personal bonuses for acquiring customers, a personal residual from the customers that you've acquired, and then an overriding residual income through your organization. And now there's earned positions. Here comes the fourth way that we generate an income. Here's our goal, you guys. These positions are simple to understand. We just want to help you move left to right. That's it. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. We want to move left to right. And the leader that's working with you will help you move left to right just as fast as you want to move. You just simply meet them halfway. The first position is called customer qualified. That means we've helped you sign up those first few services. Executive team leader, regional director. That is a magical position in our company. Regional vice president, top position like Mr. Aaron Burt, senior vice president in our company. So let's break these down. As you move up the compensation plan, here's what you should know. Your business is building, your business is growing, and your compensation is increasing. Customers are hitting the books. Your team is growing. Distribution is happening. So here's the way I like to say it. You get paid more and you get paid better for doing the same thing, moving left to right. Let's go through it. The first 3 positions, customer qualified, executive team leader, regional director. What are the requirements? To become customer qualified, which is so important. The brand new person, we want to do this right away. The minimum requirement to earn compensation, it says it right there, 3 services that equal 7 or more customer points. The point system is very simple to understand, folks. As I mentioned when we first got started, executive team leader simply means that you have to have 3 services minimum that equal 7 or more customer points, but a total of 30 customer points. Now, here's what's so great. Those 30 customer points can come from you and your team. Those 30 customer points can come from you by yourself. You can get promoted through these positions by having the personal customer points that are required. Now, what I think is the smartest thing to do is to do it through a team. You know, you guys, it's kind of like this. A lot of people doing a little bit instead of one person doing everything. One person doing everything is a job. A lot of people doing a little bit. That's the magic of a business like this. All about customers hitting the books. Let's look at regional director. Regional director, it says it right there, 15 personal customer points, total 15 personal customer points, and in your organization, in your group, 600 customer points total. So let's just think about this for a second. Let's talk about 3 teams. Your family members team, your friends team, and your coworkers team. You cannot count more than 200 points from a leg, right? That just wouldn't be fair. Right? There has to be some balance to our businesses. The company wants us to build strong, sustainable, balanced organizations. So 600 points, 200 points maximum per leg. Now, that first team could have 700 points. The second team could have 800 points. The third team could have 400 points. So long as there's at least 200 points from 3 or more teams, you win. Let me show you. Regional director, you guys, I am telling you, if you are joining the team, or if you've been a part of the organization, or you're getting your business relaunched, or you're considering doing ACN, look at the person that invited you and is working with you and say, I need a game plan to get to this position yesterday. right? Here's an example. This is an easy example to understand how the points start to add up. There's you with 50 customer points. Great job. You're leading by example. And team number one in that first organization, 150 total points. In the second organization, 100 customer points. In the third organization, 75. In the fourth organization, 200 customer points. And in that fifth organization, maybe that's a brand new group you're starting, 25 customer points. So here's the moral to the story. When there are 600 points in your organization, and you cannot count more than 200 out of a group, you are a regional director. And I'm going to tell you guys something. The reward in the compensation plan is dramatic when you hit the regional director position. Let me break this down a little bit. So here we go. Let me explain how these, by the way, doesn't that just sound good? Overriding customer acquisition bonuses. So you make personal customer acquisition bonuses, and now we're making overriding customer acquisition bonuses. And let me explain this. That is purely and completely based on your willingness to help the new person have success in the opportunity, learning the compensation plan, being attached at the hip and helping them have success. So let's do this. So here we go. Brand new independent business owner, when in the first 30 days, they get customer qualified with a minimum of how many services? 3 that equal how many customer points minimum? 7 or more. That person is customer qualified. There you go. I would take a snapshot of this if you don't have this. I'm going to leave it up for a second here. 3 services, 7 customer points, or right now, 2 services that equal 12 or more customer points. What might that look like? Well, that could be ID Seal on an annual plan and ID Seal on a quarterly plan. There's 12 points. ID Seal on an annual plan and Vivint Home Security. That would be 16 customer points from 2 services. And that's all in the compensation plan. Is the company gives us these phenomenal promotions month to month. And the person that's working with you will show you exactly where to find that on ACN Compass. So overriding customer acquisition bonuses, we help that first person get customer qualified with at least 3 services that are 7 points or 2 services that are 12 points. Moving on. The overriding bonuses. Here goes, folks, and I'm going to explain this, and you can take a shot of this when we're done. New person gets started on the team. They get customer qualified. You earn a $50 bonus because you have personally sponsored that person. You are the sponsor. It is your IBO number that is the personal sponsor of that new business partner. They get customer qualified. You make a $50 bonus. Now, that is when they are directly sponsored to you. Next, you become an executive team leader. That's 30 customer points between you and your organization. New person joins the team. They get customer qualified. You earn a $50 bonus. And understand that if you help someone, you help me become an executive team leader. So you want me to become an executive team leader. You want me to have success in the business. Well, now, when I become an executive team leader on your team and I help someone get customer qualified, the way it works is I earn the bonus. You're not getting paid on that, because I'm the one that's now the executive team leader in the organization, but it is an incentive for you to become a regional director. Watch what happens here. You are a regional director on the team. Someone joins the team. You sponsor them. The company pays you a $200 bonus because that person joined the team, you sponsored them, and you helped them get customer qualified with 3 services that equal 7 or more points. Next, under an executive team leader. So let's say you're a regional director. You help me become an executive team leader, right? I earn a $50 bonus when that business partner gets customer qualified. You get a $150 bonus. So now you have such a huge incentive to help the people on your team. And now let's say that you help me become a regional director. Now, isn't that one of the things out in the working world? Well, I don't want someone to get to my position. They're going to take my spot. That's not the case here. Here we want to help people become regional directors. Look at this. You're a regional director. You help me become a regional director. A person gets qualified. ACN is going to pay you $100 as a first generation regional director bonus a reward to you for helping me become a regional director. Absolutely unbelievable compensation plan. So that's what I just covered. The top two positions in the company, regional vice president and senior vice president, they increased the bonuses. Ms. Carmona mentioned the incentive trips and some opportunities that we have, the increased residual income. And look at regional and senior vice president, you get paid below that fifth level. It opens up infinitely in your organization up to 3.5%. That is a reward for helping your organization develop leaders that get great at acquiring customers in the opportunity. So now, you guys, here's the question. If you want it to be just you or you want it to be a team. Now, here's the thing. It's so funny. You guys, I've been doing this for a minute and people say to me, oh, this is one of those things. And, it's people get people and people get people. Hang on a minute. What the word that they're talking about is recruiting. And here's the thing that's so interesting about that. With all organizations recruit, right? Sports teams recruit. Sports teams spend millions of dollars to research the best players because they are recruited. I want you to imagine that your child is in school and they're getting good grades. And those recruiting letters are starting to come from all the colleges. Or your child is athletically gifted, and those colleges are sending the recruiting letters to your home. Some people they're crazy. They go, honey, do not open those letters. They're trying to recruit our kid. That is not what would happen. It would be, we're having a party. Our kid is getting recruited by every single school that we can even name. That is phenomenal. So building a team and recruiting is a compliment. It's a sign of inclusion. It's saying, hey, I think you can bring value to the team. Let's go through some of the ways that we recruit or some of the ways that we build a team. So let's go through this. The very first thing you want to do is take advantage of this Zoom technology, you guys. Pick a date that we can do a Zoom webinar, a PBZ, a private business Zoom, or a Zoom business reception, however you want to say it. You guys, I'm encouraging you, please, if you are on the team, if you are new on the team, or you've been around for a minute, schedule a Zoom PBR, a private business reception, private business Zoom. Pick a time that works for you. Number two is make a list, 100 names and numbers. I love, what the leaders have said so far today. You can't prejudge that list. The people that you think will do this won't. The people that you think won't do this will. But I would encourage you not to forget your business owners, people with network marketing experience, real estate professionals, everyone. But you guys, I'm letting you know that some of the most successful people in the world will look at this and they'll do it. And here's why. They identify it quickly. Timing, positioning, residual income, necessity service, work from home, part-time. I'm in. They understand it is too risky to only have one stream of income. You have to have multiple streams of income. Well, now we can have multiple streams from income, working from home, 6 feet of distance, and build something significant from the privacy and the security of our own home. Laptop, cell phone, internet connection, you're in business. Number three is invite. Understand 50% won't show. Why do people flake? People are flaky. I don't know. They flake, but some don't flake. Proof. Jen Carmona. Some don't flake. Proof. Jeff Street. Some don't flake. Proof. Aaron Burt. Some people actually see this and go, I'm going to absolutely crush this business. So just pack the room, understand in the beginning that half of the people that you invite will not show. The size of the Zoom that you have will duplicate, good or bad. Network marketing, I have found to become very interesting. Everything duplicates, good or bad, right or wrong, effective or ineffective. What do we want to do? We want to be effective in building our businesses. We want to be effective in promoting the opportunity. And who might you look for? People I like this acronym, WHIP. People that have work ethic, people that are hungry, people with integrity, a person of influence. I remember a conference call with Mr. Provenzano, and someone asked him, said, what do you look for in an individual when they're getting started, when you're going to share the opportunity? And here's what he said. He said, I want someone who is hungry. What does that mean? I don't know. Could be hungry for more money, hungry for time, hungry to get out of debt, hungry to retire a parent. Those reasons why that Mr. Aaron Burt went into detail on, that's what you're looking for, is somebody who has that hunger. Now, let's get into the invitation portion of this. What is the key to inviting? What's the key? A bunch of information? What's the key to inviting? Here's what I have found, and here's what I've come to learn. The absolute key to inviting is curiosity. You got to get them curious. See, you want to be the trailer, not the movie. You give them so much information in the invitation, you're defeating the reason to meet the leader that you're working with. Your biggest asset is the leader that you're working with. Let's get them curious to see the information. Let's get them curious to learn about this properly. So you guys, here's the thing. We're going through some crazy times right now, and we all know this. So I'm encouraging you, please break the ice. We've heard this. Times are unprecedented right now. Break the ice, check in with someone, and do it authentically. Hey, how you doing? How's the family? I like to say something like this. Is this crazy? What's going on? This is crazy. You're getting them on your side. They're going to be like, well, yeah, it's nuts. Hey, how's work, man? Have you been affected? The hours, and they're going to say, yeah, absolutely. Here's what I like to say. I found a work from home option. Are you open to checking this out? I found a work from home option. Are you open to checking this out? Right? They'll be like, what do you got? Absolutely. What do you got? So what would you do? I'll give you guys a second if you need to screenshot that. 3, 2, 1. Very good. And here we go. So check this out. Just move this for a second. There's a lot of ways that you can invite someone. Do you look at other ways of making money? Do you keep your business options open? Right? I don't explain the business. I explain my reason why. Here's my reason why, you guys. I shared with you at the beginning. Very simple. My reason why was I had no time in my life. I'm working morning, noon, and night, and I needed to find a way to get some time back for my family. That's why I was looking. Edify the speaker. What does that mean? Simply creating value in your leader so they have some influence when they deliver the information. Here's what I might say. I'm working with a gentleman. His name is Mr. Aaron Burt. He's a senior vice president in a company that I'm working with. He's expanding our business out here. He's having massive success. It's in essential services. I got to introduce you to him. I'm not the person to explain it to you. I got to introduce you to him. Set up your private business Zoom and confirmation calls in 15 minutes before you do the presentation. Just make sure that you send a reminder text. Your job is not to present. Just invite. Have some enthusiasm. Have some urgency. You guys, if you're yawning when you're inviting, stop. Right? Like, get a Red Bull. Get up. Do some jumping jacks, some push-ups. Don't be carrot top. Don't freak your friends out. But if you're not excited about the invitation, why would they be excited about receiving the invite? Practice that script. You guys, find the one that works with you authentically, given the times that we're in. And before we wrap up here, understand that if they have questions, here's what I want you to do. Be new. My favorite thing to teach people to say is, look, I want you to see what I saw the way I saw it. I am not the person to explain it to you. I want you to see what I saw the way I saw it. Some people, they're going to have questions and they're just not going to let you go. You could say, hey, look, company's done $4 billion in the last 5 years. It deals with essential services, cell phone, internet, how we can build a business and make money from home. Trust me, you need to see this and meet the people I'm working with. So now what you're doing is you have piqued their interest and you are passing them to someone with more experience than you in the business. Talk about a person, not the thing. Talk about the person that you're working with. Understand that the key is we're involved in essential services. Boy, have we heard that a lot lately. And set up a 3-way call. If there's just so many questions but they're open, get them on the phone with the person that you're working with. And by the way, just a side note, if you do not know how to do a 3-way call, let me be the first to welcome you to the 21st century. Figure it out. By the way, work with your kid. I promise you, your kid knows how to do a 3-way call. It's a valuable tool that you can use to build this business with the leaders that are working with you. And then you guys, as we wrap everything up, just make sure that your background, your webinar is professional, that you have a professional background. There's not a party going on behind you. The lights are on. Test the microphone ahead of time. Pay attention to the speaker. Make sure that you do that reminder text. And remember, the role of the host is to introduce the speaker. You get to step out of the way and let the leader go to work for you. And this is going to prepare you to have massive success in the opportunity. After the conversation and after the presentation, number 1, you're ready to start. Number 2, you got some questions. Number 3, we'll ask them to be a customer. And if someone is a number 1 or a number 2, obviously, if they're ready to get started, let's sign them up. Great, let's get you started. Let's get your online store up and running. Promote the training. If they have questions, explain the first set of bonuses for them so they can understand how they can get in profit right away and that you have a game plan for them. And obviously, if the timing is not right for them, let's get them as a customer and schedule your Zoom meeting right away. You guys, you have phenomenal coaches here. You have people all the way from the co-founders, the executive team, to the leaders in the field that will go out of their way to help each and every one of us have success in the business part-time, and especially as, mark my words, as the world is starting to open up little by little, you are going to have opportunities to be in front of people. You're going to have opportunities to bring this information to people. And it is going to be I think we're about to go into a phase of momentum in our company that we have never seen the likes of before, because someone who was working 40 hours a week, they're only getting 15 as their store starts to open. They're going to need something else, and you're going to have access to that person. Last thing I'm going to share with you is this, folks. You have coaches that are there to help. So just keep this in mind. If at first you don't succeed, try doing what your coach told you to do the first time, right? Let's have some fun with this business. I get to turn this over to someone who is a phenomenal coach in the opportunity, someone who's built an amazing organization with he and his leaders. He is a platinum regional vice president on his way to senior vice president. I'm going to turn this call over to wrap everything up, put a bow on this thing. Let me turn this over to regional vice president platinum, Circle of Champions member, Mr. Jeff Street. Mr. Street, the call is yours.
Well, Mr. Turali, what a phenomenal training. Just appreciate you pouring yourself into everybody here today. And I love how you wrapped it up. If at first you didn't succeed, listen to what your coach had to say in the first time. And I got to tell you, I was one of those people that needed to hear that 14 years ago when I first got started in the business. But I appreciate your leadership. And, guys, what we're going to do now is just take 5 minutes to really wrap the call up here today. It's been an incredible training, hearing from Jen Carmona, hearing from Aaron Burt, hearing from Dean Turali. It's been an amazing event here today. And I hope that it was something that provided value for you here today. But I get a chance to share one short topic to wrap this call up. And even though this is the shortest topic of the day, even though this is a less than 5-minute topic, for me, this was the most important topic for me to learn in the beginning. When I got started 14 years ago, my background, for those of you that remember these, the Nextel walkie-talkie phones, this is what I did. I had 5 Nextel wireless stores that I owned and operated. And my biggest concern when I took a look at ACN, I love the concept. I love the idea of residual income. The biggest concern, I have time to do it. And this last piece right here, it answered the question for me, and it prepared me for what I needed to do to utilize the system of events that ACN had to let the events go to work for me. See, the last thing I want to talk about is you want to learn how to just be a good promoter of events. See, if you can get good at just promoting the events, everything else will take care of itself for you. See, you don't need to have a lot of time as long as you're good at promoting events, because here's what events do. Events will build belief. And here's what belief does. Belief creates action. And here's what action does. Action creates results, which will create more belief, more action, which will create more results. It's just a cycle. So what is an event? See, we've got a lot of events that you can learn and plug into, and I would encourage you to take a screenshot of these last couple slides that we're going to go over here today. But Monday through Friday, every day, we have a business opportunity meeting online on Zoom that you can plug into. And this isn't just for you, it's for you to have other people plug into. So we have a co-founder-led presentation call every day, Monday through Friday. Now, where would you use this event? This would be a great event to utilize if somebody couldn't make your private business Zoom, or if somebody just wants to hear a little bit more. Maybe you've got somebody very successful that wants to hear it from a co-founder of the company. So again, if we go back to the last slide, Monday through Friday, we've got this call, again, that you can have somebody hear the presentation from one of the co-founders of the company. Again, this call is designed for people who either can't make your private business Zoom, or they saw your private business Zoom and they just need to hear a little bit more. They want to hear from a co-founder of the company. But let me close out by talking to you about the 4 steps of success in ACN when it comes to these events. See, your first event is your private business Zoom. Did an incredible job talking about how to have a successful Zoom. Now your goal is just to promote your Zoom. See, it's not about you explaining the business. It's just about you inviting people to your Zoom. Imagine if you had a grand opening party. Imagine if you had a birthday party. Would you agree you'd be promoting people to come out and be part of that event? So the people that become great at promoting their events, not explaining ACN, but inviting people to the event, promoting people to the event, that people get great at promoting people to their private business Zoom, they're going to generate a lot of interest. They're going to generate customers. And for people that attend your private business Zoom, that either get started or are interested in wanting to learn more, the next that you want to promote is your team's quick start training. Now get with the individuals in your team to find out the schedule of your team's quick start trainings. I know for our team, we do them every night other than Friday. We have a quick start training, 8 p.m. East Coast time every night other than Friday. But find out your particular team, because that quick start training, here's what it's going to do. It's going to train the people that made a decision on how to become a CQ and schedule their private business Zoom. And it's going to answer questions for people that hadn't made a decision so they can make a decision to join you in this business. Then the next event after that is Friday night leadership class. This is where we take the gloves off. This is where we talk about how you can utilize this technology to scale a business around the world and become a master of the different services, how you can be an expert coach to people in your team. So find out the information for your team's Friday night leadership. And at first, it's about qualifying to attend. How do you qualify? You got to at least be a CQ, and you have to have at least had one Zoom meeting yourself. And at Friday Night Leadership, we start to unlock the magic of ACN. And first, it's about you qualifying. Then it's about you helping other people in your team graduate to that leadership class. Now you've got a team of leaders that can start to grow this business with or without your direct involvement once they're trained right. And the last event, the Super Bowl of all events, is this event that you just took part in. It's our Super Saturday training. And we're so excited because events build your business, events build your belief, but most importantly, events build you. See, when I attended my first event like this, I only had one regret at the end of it. See, for me, I had a notebook full of notes at the end of my first event like this. The only regret that I had was I didn't have enough people watching it with me. So if you're feeling like that, here's the good news. Next Saturday, we got an all-star lineup for you next Saturday. Matter of fact, next Saturday, we're going to have another event just like this, where we've got Regional Vice President Alejandra Kalman. She was the Senior Vice President of Compliance of one of the biggest banking institutions in the world. We've got Senior Vice President Cody Mackey, who was a college student when he got involved in ACN. And then we've got Regional Vice President, Circle the Champion member, Mr. Nakota Bragg, who's a legend in our industry, and they're going to drop the goods for you next Saturday. So guys, you've got a week between now and next Saturday to promote your events. Start out with your PBZ. If you don't have it scheduled yet, text the person you're working with right now and say, this is the time and day that I want to have my meeting. Set that date, schedule it, and then promote for it. Get people to your quick start trainings, graduate to leadership, and then next Saturday, we're all going to come together for a Super Saturday event just like this. So stay tuned to the details of the time and meeting ID number for Saturday. It's going to be incredible, and I'll leave with this. In today's world, over 40 million people is what I heard has filed for unemployment. There's people that are praying for an opportunity, and we've got a gift to give people with ACN. And just remember this. I look at this every day on my desk, and here's what it says. Somewhere, someone is looking for exactly what you have to offer. Somewhere, someone is looking for exactly what you have to offer. Guys, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for spending some time in your Saturday with us. We hope that this event was valuable for you. Now utilize these events as a tool to build your business. Stay safe, everybody. God bless. And this concludes today's Super Saturday ACN training. Thank you so much for your time.
Something in my soul leaped the day that I heard about ACN.
ACN isn't just what I do, it's who I am.
We will never again look at ACN the same, ever.
2020 is not going to be just another year. It's going to be a historic year.
Our comfort zones are our danger zones. Nothing happens in comfort.
It starts with you.
many of you want to take off?